We back up in here, baby. You know what I'm saying? Back up in it. Welcome to Stephen the Gang Podcast with your host, Stephen Watts. We got our guest in the building today, Sterling Brown. So appreciate you joining us. And we also got, our two most argumentative co-hosts over there.
Top two.
We're missing a Please say that in the comments.
We want to find two is him and Cam.
That's what I'm saying. We're missing one.
Okay. Top three. Two of the top three. Two of the top three. Excuse me. We appreciate y'all. But in the comments, let us know who's the most argumentative.
I say we're the most passionate. I think Cam's most argumentative.
I don't know. Meech was passionate about his
He's
argument.
Just passionate about incest. We have a friend. We have a friend named Meech who loves debating the ethics of incest. It's just something he does.
Wow.
Is that not true?
Wow.
Is that
Defamation of character.
I said. I didn't say you support it.
You said I should take.
I didn't say you support it, right? You said we were discussing the ethics of it.
That nigga said I should take you to court.
We were discussing ethics.
Yeah, that's you chose to hone in on the ethics of that case. Oh, let's keep it going on.
We all
Should
did.
that happen?
We all took a part in it.
Anyways, man.
Are we speaking French
I did. He said I was not here for that.
Yeah, I don't know who the
Y'all
fuck is
just
we.
jumped straight into that, boy.
Right.
Everybody doing.
I know. I didn't even
God.
I didn't even get a chance to say like how y'all.
I'm just an
It's been
asshole.
a week
guys.
since I seen y'all.
I'm just an asshole. I'm sorry. That's what it was.
Sheesh.
But now we can get
Stir, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, man.
Good.
Another day, another dollar.
Absolutely. You Halloween's coming up this weekend. You got any plans?
Yeah, man. I think we got a section of tiki's this weekend, so
Okay.
we're gonna just pregame go out there.
Look
I
a
heard
good
some
time.
bad stuff about you.
Man, I did. It's
I
bad
know,
timing to
recently-
rent that
Right,
section.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, bro.
Yeah,
I heard
no.
a girl get.
No wonder the deal was so good.
Yeah, right. Type of shit. Nah, man, downtown's been played out, honestly, in my opinion. So
I
it's
think
like,
so.
We're not gonna go to Envy because they're gonna play EDM, techno, kind of
Right.
bullshit all
Right.
night. And then the way the section's set up is kind of like ducked off away and shit. I didn't like that, so there was really no other spots. We're really just running a
Right.
section. It's got to that point where I'm like, we got to connect over there, so hopefully there won't be any of that bad shit going on, man.
Right.
We can have a nice little night and get home safe. You know what I mean?
That's what everybody wants on Halloween. Go out and trick or treat, find you a little snack. You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
You on the prowl, man.
I was about to say, not me necessarily.
Oh, right.
Necessarily. Allegedly.
There's some people out there.
Allegedly, yeah, but there's some people out there, We had an earlier podcast.
So what
we
you gonna
call
be
them-
for Halloween?
We call them night creeper, them
What?
remember the earlier podcast we was talking about like creeper hour come out. That hit about midnight on Halloween, man.
What's wrong with y'all, man?
Some people might only be like, they might just be leaving at 11,
They need
11:30.
platforms.
Oh, I don't know. I don't believe that right now.
No, I'm saying like on the normal night, but like on Halloween, creeper hour gonna start early.
What? Creeper
The
hour?
whole
I need you
night
to elaborate
creeper
on
hour,
what creeper hour is.
Bro, it's
When
that
niggas
time when you in the
start-
bar and niggas
niggas
get
start
that
creeping,
look,
yeah.
bro. They get that look in their eye, bro.
What you know about
We talking about.
Son, niggas get that looking at you.
Man, you
Speaking
be
of personal experience.
Yeah.
Nigga, when niggas be staring at your girl in the bar, like,
I hear you on
like
that,
that's
but-
what I'm saying. Like that creeper hour, like that
Yeah,
alcohol been getting the nigga's system, man. They done 5-6 drinks deep. They've been at the bar for 3 hours
She
already,
pretty good
prowling. It ain't got nothing. It ain't got
I think I'm
nothing.
gonna try, bro.
Look,
I'm gonna try.
niggas like that. Niggas over there like that. They be over there on the wall looking like Terry Crews and fucking.
But see,
Right.
that's why you hope you just have like the little house party vibe. So like it's usually a little bit more controlled setting.
Right. That's what that's what I'm looking for.
That's what
sometimes niggas
That's
get
why
too
we're gonna do the
comfy in
section.
house
You know what I
parties.
mean? Like the section, you
Yeah.
kind of a little bit more away from some of that bullshit.
Mhm.
So
Sometimes house parties though, people get too comfy. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, I could get the scheme in here. Like,
No
That's why
cap.
you get to fight.
Yeah.
That's why you
Yeah.
gotta lay the law in this house parties.
facts.
yeah.
Niggas get
Security at the
territorial.
door. I used to do security at the door
Where
just to
at?
get in the bar. When I
This
went to
nigga,
Ball State,
That's smart.
like I would like, cause we
There's
went
too
to
much
all the white
bullshit
parties,
going on
bro.
nowadays.
Because first off, bro, all the black parties would end up getting shot up or they would end up fighting. And I'm like, if I want to have a good time,
Because niggas be bullshit.
White
right?
parties.
Like, so I would end up going to all the white parties. But the thing about all the white parties was when all the black parties got shot up or whatever, all the black people start coming to the white parties. And the white dudes couldn't just be like, yeah, we don't want you guys in here. So what I would do is I would be like, yo, if you let me in, I'll just run security on the door. Because I ain't about to do shit but sit at the door and smoke the whole time anyway and talk to the fine females that walk through. So if I see a dude that look like he don't belong there, my first question is who you with?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
creeping hour.
I have a rule, bro. If I ever see a nigga take his shirt off, I'm going home.
Oh, yeah, it's right.
That when it's usually about that time when I've been at the white parties and random niggas start showing up and they shirts off, I'm
Yep.
out.
That's time right
I'm
there.
out.
Like
That's it right there.
Like I just said.
I'm the nigga with the shirt off.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
You gonna be like, you know that nigga?
Right,
Let's
you know
see.
that, right?
Let's
That's
see.
the man's skirt, bro.
About that time.
No
No matter-
doubt, though. That's what the definition of creeper hour was.
Then when you take your shirt off?
I'm getting side body. Like I didn't even drink alcohol this like calendar year. I'm like, we bringing up
You
shit.
shouldn't be that hot to take your shirt off.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's
If
too much
you are-
moving. That's
if
too
you-
much moving.
if
You
you are,
wasn't
you're doing
250
too
pounds.
fucking much.
That's too much moving.
You ain't never been 240. You're in a hot ass section, and you drunk. Fuck it. Tequila in the
I've
system.
been
You
to
end up on
basement
somebody's
parties.
Tequila in the system.
You
I was in
know
a
somebody's Twitter.
yeah.
I hear
I
you,
ain't
but
never took
I
my
don't want to
shirt
be
off.
at that. I
No,
don't
no,
wanna
no.
be
You
at that
shouldn't.
place.
No, neither do I. I stopped.
If we gotta touch shoulders and shit, and I gotta
Hey.
hey, excuse me and shit, that's probably not the place.
You're right.
Oh, yeah, no. That's
You definitely right. It took
And a
me
hot ass musty.
took me some years to learn that. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bro, the very first party I went with a buddy of mine, and he went in to go see what it was like. As soon as he walked in, his glasses fogged up immediately.
I'm dead.
I would have walked straight back upstairs.
Man, what, bro?
As soon as he walked in,
Nah,
glasses instantly fogged up.
I ain't gonna lie. That's why I stopped going to raves, bro. Like I went to one. I was like, I was doing it. I was like, this was the time. This was back in college.
Rave.
Okay, let me clarify. Let me clarify.
Hold on, go ahead.
There was
I
a-
have quick questions.
Everyone,
Yeah,
I think.
So many questions.
Let's clarify. Everyone at this table, or at least Steve, know. Between the ages of 18 and 22, this nigga, there was not a night I was sober. Let's if we're being honest. So raves was part of the equation. I was out partying in college. I was in a frat, so everything I was doing is drugs and partying. Then I got sober, and then I went to one. And I said, "This shit
I'm not
is
gonna lie.
ass.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
This shit is cheeks." Ain't been doing since. I realized if I really got to be that fucked up on drugs to enjoy the function, it ain't really that dope a function.
That's facts.
Man, I went to one rave sober, and it was the worst experience.
It was
of my
worse.
life. It was
He
fucking
said I went sober.
I didn't go sober, but you know, we was like fucking what, 18? I think it was like high school.
You talking
He was
Snake
probably
Pit,
only
nigga?
drunk. Was it Foam Wonderland?
Would you
No,
count Snake Pit
no.
as a rave?
Nah.
I don't even know the fucking artist. First, I don't like that.
Yeah,
type of
it's
music.
It's strictly EDM.
It's a
is.
country rave because we country niggas go.
Oh, I wouldn't
Makes-
say about all that now.
No,
Back when
right.
we was in high school, I mean, they had what,
No, I'm saying-
Marshmallow.
No, I'm not saying the
Skrillex.
artist. I ain't saying the artist. I'm saying the pop. Like a rave, like he's saying, like if you go to a rave sober, you gonna see niggas that act like it's Halloween on a regular Tuesday.
Oh, I ain't go to like a fucking. So what's the definition of a rave then?
Right,
I went to
that's
like
what I'm saying.
I went to like a rave artist concert. So it'd be like you went to Lil Baby, right? You didn't go to fucking Rolling Loud. You just went to Lil Baby.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's still
But
counts.
it was still like that type of
It's an
environment where
EDM.
niggas was rolling and shit.
Right, that's what
It's
I was
just an
saying. That's
EDM.
why I
and
It's
said
dressed
just
up
Snake Pit.
weird and shit.
It's mostly on the venue. It's mostly on the venue. If it's a tight, enclosed venue with a
Yeah.
light show,
Yeah, that's kind
that's a
of.
rave. If it's
I guess-
outdoor,
I
and
guess
that's a
if
that shit was
you
festival.
don't, if
That's
you don't see a
what-
nigga doing a shuffle, you ain't at a
Yeah,
rave.
you ain't a rave.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas be over
If
there
niggas ain't
tweaking
if
on
white
Molly.
niggas ain't doing
I said
this,
they be
trying
over
to
there
make a
shuffling,
circle.
tweaking off Molly. You ain't
Yeah,
been to a
bro.
rave.
No, so I went, and it was in high school, so getting alcohol wasn't like that easy. You had to hit up one of your older homies or some
Right.
shit, or one of you had to have a fake. So I was sober. I hit the Blizzy in the car. It was
Allegedly.
cold. It was cold out.
Right, allegedly.
Allegedly, I've never done drugs.
Wait.
Never done
I mean,
that.
he
Take
might
that
have just
back.
been in. I mean, he might have just been in. You know, he was in California,
Yeah,
Colorado.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I was in
He's a legal
Illinois where it was
state.
legal. Anywho, so we get outside, bro, and it's cold. It's like about wintertime type shit. And, you know, you stand outside for X amount of time. It wasn't like extra crazy long, but, bro, it was
That nigga
blows
was
your
frigid.
high. Now I'm fucking, like, at this point, I'm sober now. Everybody else off Molly. I'm not going to fuck around with psychedelics, and especially in a not a controlled environment for my first time. I'm not going to be the nigga that fuck
That would
everything
not
up for
be-
everybody.
yeah.
So everybody else is rolling their ass off, and I'm sitting here because the cold kind of fresh air kind of sobered you up. I was just sitting there for about an hour and a half miserable, bro.
I
Like, this
can't
shit was
imagine.
lame. The music sucked. I don't fuck with this vibe.
You didn't have drugs.
If
He said,
that,
That's the problem.
he said, situation, whack. Environment, whack. No drugs, whack.
That's it.
Your music, whack.
Right.
I'm going home.
Maybe if I would have had some drink to just, like that'd be a little bit more
Right.
of a pick me up and shit,
Right.
bro. I don't know. It was bullshit.
You know what they say? So that tequila is the way.
You remember tequila more dangerous than all that for me.
It's a stimulant.
That's
The only alcohol is a stimulant.
I've
You
heard-
had
can
you
we
had a
fact
party.
for cocaine
No,
and alcohol. That's the problem.
Because I've heard that
You
shit.
fact?
but
You want
I
to fact? You want to fact?
No,
check
it
me
is.
on that? Meet you. You want to
Fact check it.
Please.
Nigga, I can give you life experiences and tell you. Every time I've ever drank tequila, I didn't wake up and good decisions were made. Or I could tell you lifelong bad decisions that were made.
I've heard. I'm not even like trying to call you out.
No.
I've
I
heard it's
know.
a stimulant.
No, I know. I just want to ask y'all. Okay.
But alcoholic drinks is
I know.
not a stimulant. You see what I'm saying? That could be bullshit.
Oh man.
Bro,
Tequila
confused
as
because
well with
they
other
feel
alcohol
more
drinks.
energetic and less severe hangover. See, motherfuckers just be saying shit.
Isn't all alcohol depressing?
That's what I
alcohol
said.
is
That's what I
depressing.
said. They just said all alcohols.
All alcohols are brilliant, but there's different types of alcohols that get
You definitely
processed
feel different.
differently
You
by
definitely
different
feel
people.
Like
different.
some people
Yeah.
do.
Right.
Like if I drink dark liquor, don't invite me to the function if you gave me dark liquor because
Why?
it's a
If I drink
it's a fight.
rum, I'm
Demon.
it's a
fucking.
fight.
Would you drink
It's a
what?
straight
If I
fight.
drink
Does
some
it not
rum,
chill you
I'm
out?
fucking
No.
everybody.
Dark liquor
You
makes me
drink- I've
angry.
been
Like
drunk.
not even on purpose. Like I will end
Wanna
up
try
fighting
it
or
out?
something. But like light liquor, I'm dancing, bro. Tequila, I'm dancing. I'm having a good time. That's when we go
I
out.
love it.
That's why you
Yeah.
don't see me drink Hennessy. You ain't never seen me drink Hennessy with y'all. Learned that the
So
hard
that nigga
way.
be getting angry.
Yeah,
Well,
Use a nigga that get bumped into and now you got a problem off of dark liquor.
yeah.
See,
I had to learn, but I didn't know that. No one told me that.
You
I
just
didn't
wasn't
know.
paying attention. You slip and bump into a dude. Now you're gonna bump.
Yeah.
right.
No,
He
he's
over here. He over here. Chest all huffed up now.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to beat a nigga up all night.
right. Looking for a problem.
Here's the problem though. Usually the nigga that been waiting to beat a nigga all up on, the nigga that been waiting to beat a nigga up all night, usually bumping to me and like when you're the bigger dude, sometimes like niggas use you as a point of reference to be like, yo, let me show my boys. Like I was a bouncer most of the time, like in college, so I'd just be chilling. Nigga want to come scuff into me. It's like I'm just chilling. Say, yo man. I'm like, bro, what you proving? Like I ain't even drunk with you. Like let's keep it moving.
Right. Get to the back line.
Come on, I know you're just front.
No Rosa Parks. Let's see. But what I was gonna say is, speaking on Halloween, I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys got anything planned this weekend?
I got a Halloween party to go to Saturday.
What you dressing up as?
Giyu Tomioka
From Demon Slayer, that's a hard body.
It's hard.
I got the
You asked me, I was thinking about being a Akatsuki member, like.
That's
but-
always a hard costume.
right. But then I,
I
was
got the
also
Akatsuki
like,
cloak.
you do?
Yeah.
That shit.
I need to borrow
They
that.
had them at the Spirit of Halloween.
Well, shit,
You
fuck buying one. He just offered for me to borrow. Yeah, now I will be one. I mean, that was really the only thing
It got-
stopping me.
it's
I
the
wasn't
one
trying to
with the
spend
hood
it. You said what?
I got the one with the hood on it.
Yeah, that's perfect. I just wasn't trying to spend all the money.
You just need the what's it called?
The yeah. You can go get that at
Hey,
Spencer's.
Slash in it.
Hey.
Down.
Ash.
What was y'all's favorite ever Halloween costume? Like any year, any childhood, adult. Like you gotta pick one outfit that was like your favorite ever.
Like that
Yeah,
you
I
were
wore-
that you that was that you wore.
You whatever.
My favorite was probably I dressed up as Woody once.
I had the scream mask.
A black Woody is
Blood on it.
killing
Yeah,
me.
with the squishy thing.
Bloody, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a classic. I've been seeing that shit on Twitter.
What is it?
Squish-
What?
The scream
The
mask
square
where
you
you
squish
squeeze
it
it and
and
the
the blood
blood
comes
comes
Yeah,
out.
that was a
Oh,
big
yeah,
one. I remember
that
that.
was dope.
I wore. I feel like everyone went that.
I never did
Like,
that.
one year,
I
right?
did that shit.
I did that
I'm not a
one
big
year.
fan of blood and shit.
Oh, I did like when I dressed up as myself as a football player in 3rd grade.
I did that a few times.
Terrible
I was a
costume.
football
I think we
player.
were together when we did it. I
did
did that.
I remember. I ain't gonna lie.
All-star.
I didn't even like Power
got
Rangers.
big ego.
But remember how like the kid costumes used to have the fake muscles?
Yeah.
My mom came back with like a
The
red
fake
Power
muscles
Ranger.
hard.
I was like 8, bro. This shit had a 6-pack with.
Yeah.
I was in the mirror like, nigga.
My
what
cousin
the
had a ninja
fuck
costume
is
like
this?
that one.
I had a few
Yeah, that
ninja
shit
ones.
was hard,
I had a
but
few ninja ones that I fucked with. I think my favorite. I take pride in the fact that I be having some real just like do-it-yourself costumes.
Mm-hmm.
I was and I recycle all my I'm a caveman like 4 years in a row.
I'm done.
Then I was a lumberjack like 4 years in a row. I'm gonna be a cowboy when I go out, and I'm gonna be a cowboy probably 4 years in a row. Like,
These are like stripper shit. Every one of those lumberjacks,
I was
cowboy,
I was-
fireman up next year.
He said the year, the time after that, I'm gonna be a nurse.
This nigga giving out lap dances at his
I think
Halloween
Halloween
parties.
is girls' night, bro.
I did post though. It's actually some corny, funny shit. I did post when I was a lumberjack, my costume and everything. And you remember them little big ass fur hats
Mhm.
that had like the little plaid on them and
Yeah,
shit, with
yeah.
the fur on the inside? And I posted like on my Snapchat story, I was like, I came to lay wood and shit. I was really trying to damn near be on some stripper shit. That was my immature days.
Oh my god.
I
It
can't
happens.
believe
But it was just, bro, it was just a flannel. Like I had some UGG boots on, some jeans, and the fucking hat.
That's
Like
easy.
that's some shit you have. And then I bought the flannel at Goodwill for like $3. And the overalls.
That's
for
a
like,
smart
I
fit.
mean, the like fucking suspenders for like $3.
What are you
Bro,
doing for
Lexington.
Halloween? Me?
I mean, Lexington.
Working, bro. You know me.
I had some people slide.
I forgot it was Halloween this weekend, to be honest, bro.
I understand.
Like I said,
it's not as big with the older you get. I mean, honestly.
I packed all my partying and drinking years into a very insane, like 4 or 5 year stretch. Like, and the last Halloween I remember celebrating, I actually ended up getting fined from the association of the apartment complex I was living at. Because I went as a fireman, we had a frat house party. That I went with the suspenders, with the hat. I had a shirt underneath, you know. So I had the suspenders, the whole
Talking
thing.
about strippers.
Yep, yeah, I know. I'm not proud of it.
Hypocrisy.
It's the truth. I didn't say I wouldn't do it myself. You know, I didn't say that.
It's not about the
Yeah.
message.
Right. Now he gets it.
Now he
about
gets
the
it.
message.
Now he gets it. We've been going back and forth that one all day.
Mitch, what you doing for Halloween?
All day.
It's actually my girlfriend's 21st birthday. So
Yeah,
we're throwing her
yeah.
a party. Oh, I'm
Shouts
dressing
out
up.
to her.
Yeah,
Get her
turn
a
up,
shot.
turn up.
Yeah.
What are you dressing up as? I feel like you said it already.
I did.
Watch it actually be a
Keep talking about
fireman.
the
Watch it
bill.
actually be a
Uncle
fireman.
Ruckus.
That's
Afro Samurai.
Crazy.
Afro Samurai, that's hard, buddy.
Uncle
Yeah,
Afro
Afro's
Samurai.
wild. You're out of pocket.
Uncle Ruckus is wild.
You're out of
Got
pocket.
the wig, got the wig. Just waiting on the number 1 headband. That's all I'm waiting on. Yeah, it's gonna be
I
dope.
thought it went under the radar.
He's so fucked up.
He said Uncle Ruckus.
Ruckus.
That's hell. That's fighting.
That's literally fighting.
Is that what he said I was dressed
He
up
said
as?
you dressed
He
up
said
as
you dressed up as Uncle Ruckus. I said a pimp. A pimp named Slip.
That makes so much sense. It all makes sense now. He said, "This ain't Halloween. This is another motherfucking day." What
I wish y'all told me y'all suggestions before I.
I would have
These are great ideas.
So Uncle Ruckus ain't bad. Yeah, he might go as both.
Bro, this man.
Said these
needs-
aren't bad ideas.
Oh my
Said,
god.
fuck.
All right.
Like,
So,
committed to-
I'd be crying for my girlfriend's grandma to see me as a pimp.
yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. She'd be like, "Oh my god, my white daughter."
What? Huh? Hold up, wait a
Oh
minute.
my
Why
gosh,
is
my
that?
white daughter.
That's what you would say.
Yeah. She'd be
What
like,
are we worried about
with this
right
poor,
now?
with this poor disgrace of a human being.
Nah,
Damn.
there you go like that.
Damn.
She did.
He's dressing up as a pimp for Halloween. She's
He
gonna
knows
be
white
like,
women are
"Nigga,
It's all good. They love me. Even through all the stupid stuff I do.
What do you do? What do you
I
do?
elaborate on that because I want to know.
Well,
Dude,
you
y'all
know,
know what I
slaps
do. I say stupid shit all the time.
I don't know what you do.
They see you slap woman.
I never slapped a
Talk
woman.
about
What?
it.
What? And you got
Let's talk about
You already brought it up.
No,
Yeah.
I ain't
God.
bring that up.
I'm playing.
You say you
This is a
slap
Halloween
women.
episode. What you mean? It's the Halloween episode.
That is wild. I said he likes to have
You know
ethical
what's
discussions.
wrong?
I ain't saying that.
Hey,
I ain't saying
That's a
that.
nice
Episode.
Yeah,
You just said that, though. It just gave me the
I'm ready.
idea.
I layered
I
it
don't
as
know
an
how y'all
inside
feel
joke.
about it,
Right,
but
right.
what is so y'all been to like Halloween parties as kids and shit growing up?
Yeah.
What is the scariest thing that you remember from one of these Halloween events? So like, for anything. So like for me, I got a couple of them. Like there was like a family friend of mine. We was like, she brought all the teenagers and the kids in the garage, and like we had like one candle in the garage, and we gathered around and she told scary stories and shit. One of them bitches terrified me. Hella. It's called the Black Eyed Kids. I don't know if y'all heard of it.
You know the story?
The-
Yes,
You remember?
shit's fucking
All right,
terrifying.
wait. Tell us the story. Tell us. I was saying you have to tell us the story
While
now. But
sleeping.
but before you tell the story,
I get scared from
Your childhood, him had the lights on.
before you tell the
Scared
story,
Steve. You're stupid.
get it going. I want to.
Oh, you really want to hear this story?
Well, I
Yeah,
don't hear. I really don't want to hear the
I
story.
really don't want to hear it.
Yes, you're gonna hear.
like
it.
him.
You're gonna hear. it. You're gonna hear. it. I want to hear this bitch.
So fuck your story.
Hey, I don't have no scary stories.
Black
I've
Eyed
never been
Peas,
scared.
that's a song.
That's
a group.
I've never been scared from a haunted house. I don't have any scary stories personally. But Hannah told me that they tried that. What is that? That thing that when light is light as a
feathers and
Light as a
yeah,
feather,
stiff as a
board.
yeah, board or whatever. And she said she did that with her cousins. That shit worked, bro.
I'm not doing.
I was like, what the
no
fuck?
Ouija board, no light
Oh,
as a
yeah,
feather
no, I'm
shit.
not.
Hell no, that's witchcraft. Witchery.
Yeah, I'm not doing none of that.
I'm not touching
No
that.
mas.
None.
I got bad.
Well, hey, listen to.
But
Well,
yeah,
give me a synopsis.
but wait, I wanted. I just
I'm
wanted.
not
I
gonna
just
tell you a long ass.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
say that. I just wanted to say that was like, you know, my scary. You know, I
But
don't have one. but I don't
basically, my boy, let me get this. I'm a teller of stories.
All right, go ahead. Tell the story.
I'm not gonna go like she did.
Nah,
but basically, what
tell the
happened
story.
was
Tell the story.
there was a family at home. The dad had just put the kids to sleep. Him and the mom was chilling on the
How
couch.
you gonna be? Stop experimenting with the Latin right now.
Yeah,
Him
I'm
and
not.
the mom
He getting
was
mood lighting
chilling on
on
the
and
couch.
shit.
You feel me? They sitting there cuddled up. They watching TV. It's about 12, going on 1 o'clock at night. The mom is starting to doze off. Something's like you feel me? And all of a sudden, they hear a knock at the door. So the dad gets up to go see who it is. He checks the people. Ain't nobody outside. He's like, all right, probably some kids. Right, naturally, probably some kids playing around, some shit. You know, it's late. This is when the weird stuff happens. He goes back to sit down, continues watching TV. Here's another knock at the door. This time he goes to the door and he sees a kid standing outside. And he opens up the door, but he has a screen on the door. So he's looking at the kid through the screen door. And he's like, hey, do you need help? Like, what's going on? And the kid's just sitting there. He can't see the kid's face. The kid has his head down. So the kid doesn't respond. He shuts the door. He goes back to sit with his wife. And wife's like, what was that? He's like, yeah, there's some kid outside. I tried to see if he needed help or something, but he didn't respond. So then some time goes by, and all of a sudden there's this loud banging on the door. Like, there you go. Banging on the door. And they're like sitting there freaked out. The banging continues. They go to check the door. There's nobody there. Once again, he goes to walk away from the door, but this time he hears, help me.
Help me.
I
Right.
appreciate your guys' sound effects.
Why was there another knock?
But yeah, so this time he hears, help me.
But
so
there
he
wasn't
turns
not
around.
the next help. He wasn't there.
No, he's
Damn!
still at the door. He didn't. He had just looked through the people and went to turn around when he heard this. So
Yeah.
he turns around. He looks at the people again. This time there's 2 children sitting out,
Oh.
and they're still face down. He can't hear them, but all he hears is "help me,"
That's how Michael.
and he's just like watching.
Help me.
And he goes to tell his wife, he's like, "There's some kids outside. I don't know if I should open the door." Last time I opened the door, they didn't respond, and now I can hear them saying "help me," but it's like they're whispering "help me" through the door. You know.
Type shit.
So it's like, how can I even really hear them saying this right now?
Yeah.
So then, as he's talking to his wife about it, she's like, I don't think we should do it, yada, yada, yada. Banging on the door continues again. And this time, he goes to check the door. There's 4 kids sitting outside.
They just keep multiplying and shit.
They just keep multiplying. And this time, they're all looking directly at the people. And all of them have stale white faces and big black eyes. Just like no pupils.
No, yeah.
Just straight black holes in their face, like black eyes. And they're like, open the door. And like this time they're banging on the door, they're trying to open the door, and he's just like sitting there like they're talking about they're shaking it. Alright, now you're
Now you
wild.
got the dog wild.
Like, and they're like pressing to get him in, like to get inside, and then they didn't open the door. So like literally all night they have to deal with this banging and this yelling of open the door, let me in. So the morning comes, they didn't open the door, the banging ends up stopping. Come to find out that half the neighborhood had been abducted by these black-eyed children. There was people that claimed, just like how they claimed, that they heard knocking at the door. When they went to go check the door, there was children sitting outside, and the most describing factor of each of these children was the big black eyes. Fraud part about all of this is a true story. You can look this information up.
You're capping.
This is the part that terrified me when I found that part out. This is
too.
actually
Go ahead
reported.
and
So if
fact
you
check
like go Google black-eyed children, there's cases of people saying that they saw black-eyed children knocking on their door at night.
We're all for one, so we're gonna see.
So if you ever like up late at night and you hear somebody come knock on your door,
Talking about some.
You think it's a black-eyed children?
just don't even get up. Just whoever's supposed to be here is here.
It says don't let them in. So do you think that the moral of the story is that those half of the neighborhood that went missing let those kids in? That's crazy. They just went missing though.
Because the only thing that stopped him from getting abducted was a screen door.
Because he did open it.
He opened the door, but there was because of the screen door.
He didn't get
Yeah.
abducted.
What if they were vampires vampires, you have to let them in and invite them in.
Hey, technically, every spiritual being, you gotta invite them in.
That's not true.
God.
Yeah, but
You gotta invite God in. God waiting for you. But
Yeah.
you gotta let him in.
But evil, you don't necessarily invite them.
But he ain't just gonna, hey. You
don't
gotta invite the
necessarily
evil too.
Yeah, not necessarily.
I don't want to use that.
You know how you invite the evil? Like this
By allowing yourself, or allowing yourself to be, mentally weak,
Ouija board.
spiritually weak to, that. That's spiritual warfare, and is that and mental and like there's
They made a movie out of it too.
What?
What's it
That's
called?
actually that's the pictures from the movie, I think. But
You know what I'm
it might be
watching
called
tonight,
Don't Let
ladies
Them
and
In.
gents.
That's on Hulu.
You've always liked that scary shit.
Yeah, I love scary stuff. I don't know how you.
I've never fucked with any of that
You
shit.
can switch the
it
mics
bores,
back now.
it bores
Right.
It's
me,
not
bro.
even like that. It bores me.
It
It's
bores
just, I'm
me.
not trying to be, bro. I'm not in a
Bro, I
drama.
went to
I don't wanna
I
be
went
scared,
to
none of that shit.
Indie Screen Park with my cousins,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about we were at Kings Island. So if you go to Kings Island on Halloween, they turned a lot of the attractions into haunted houses.
Yeah, I've been there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just did that.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. So we were going through this cornfield, whatever, and this dude jumps out, chainsaw, screaming, all of that shit. I'm talking about, I watched my 30-year-old cousin, grown-ass man, shut down. Talking about go from standing up to fetal position on the ground. Like, we were paused right there for like 3 minutes because he shut down. He was so scared. I was like, I've never seen nothing like that in my life. I was like 17 at the time, too. Just somebody I looked up to. I just watched him get terrified, go into fetal position.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. All that shit's kind of.
He says for the birds.
That's for the birds, man.
Oh, come on, Star.
No, I agree.
Really? You get scared?
No, like, you know what's crazy? The shit that scare me is like real shit that can happen to me that's inconvenient. like real, like that shit terrifying.
You wanna hear one
It
of
says
my
a true
biggest
story.
fucking fears?
Bro, this
Is,
nigga Ben is actually fried, bro.
No, that's the truth. My nightmares are shit like that could actually happen that would just fuck up my life for like 3 months.
He said, bro, I just got hit with. I've been evading tax evasion for the last 3 years.
What? I feel like you would know if you've been paying taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just saying, like, shit, just shit out of my hands. But you already know what it is.
I got two really like genuine like all time fears.
Yeah, I don't
One
know
of
if we can
them
prove it.
is being
Shit.
straight in the fucking ocean.
The ocean scares the shit out of me.
I'm not the
Deep
best,
ocean
I'm not the
scares the
best
shit out of me.
swimmer. I can swim, but I'm not like the best swimmer. So the thought of like you hear about them currents and shit,
Right.
like you just go out in the ocean with your family or friends or
That's
some
the
shit,
only
you
time
get
that
pulled
fears
out
me.
and now you start to fuck, or you get stranded. That scares the living shit out of me. So I don't ever go.
We
anywhere.
were never meant to mess
I
with the
go
ocean.
straight. I go straight to my waist and I'm gonna outrun the tide. That's
Well, you
the
guys saw those
No, you know that's
videos?
smart.
High
That's-
knees,
I
baby.
need-
High
That's
knees.
smart. Cause
High knees.
I don't give a fuck. You could be Michael Phelps.
They'd be
High
like,
knees,
bro. People be like, oh, we're gonna go out to that what's the shit? The sea bar, the island bar.
Yeah.
What's the shit called?
Nigga,
I'm saying-
boats capsized. What the fuck I want to do?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
though. What are they called? Where it's like they got like these like uneven parts of.
I know what you're
ocean.
talking
No, yeah, I
about.
know what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they go to the sandbar.
Sandbar, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm cool. I'm gonna stay right here. Y'all got it. And then the other one is, bro. So, I was in Missouri. I was driving to Missouri, but it's like as we're starting to get a little bit more in areas I'm not sure of, we're going to all these back roads and shit because I was going to Mizzou, but I just plugged it on Apple Maps. Apple Maps took me the worst fucking route ever.
Right.
But I'm afraid of getting like having a hate crime committed against me where I'm like driving to Atlanta to visit Cove. You remember back in the day,
Right.
and you get caught in fucking some random ass place you don't know. of.
Literally.
And
And it happened.
yeah,
That
and
is
motherfuckers-
only a black person's fear.
no, but that's another one, and it's not
Happened to
even
me.
like that.
Happened to me in
That one's
Martinsville.
probably a little bit more least likely than fucking being stranded in the ocean, but that hate crime shit really scares
No,
me.
it's really not. That shit's scary. It's
Yeah,
terrifying.
I'm surprised.
Because it was, bro, it was late, bro. You don't really know where you at. You on these back roads, on gravel roads and shit, and I'm like, where the fuck is the highway?
Dude, even-
Bro,
I get
I
anxious.
was driving to fucking Bama when we were driving.
yeah,
through.
bro, fuck that.
I just get anxious if my car break down in the wrong spot in between
yeah,
me
you're
and there.
fucked. You're
I'm
fucked.
fucked.
You're fucked.
It happened to me. I was coming back from school. I was at IU. I was coming back for the summer. My car.
I'm not stopping at fucking
car
all the
broke
way to
down in
Bloomington. I'm
Martinsville.
not stopping fucking in
Yeah,
Mooresville ever.
dude,
Never.
no, but look,
Goddamn shit.
car breaks down in Martinsville. I pull off. It's like literally just barely Martinsville, and I'm at this point. I'm like, I'm at this point. And then, so I'm like, I gotta find a gas station. So I go. knock on the first door. I'm like, hey, can you just? I'm coming in. I take out my earrings. I take out all my jewelry. Put my hair down, and I go. I knock on the door, and I put my hands in my pockets, like straight, like, hey, excuse me, sir, could you please point me out to the nearest gas? Yeah, code switch the whole thing. I'll go nearest gas station. He's like, there's one a few miles down that way. I'm like, okay, thank you, sir. Cool. Well, keep this in mind. This is like a farm area. 1, I need gas. 2, my car's right there. 3, I see he has like 10 gas cans in his shed and on his truck bed. I don't even ask for that shit. I just asked for this gas station. I'm not about to do that shit. I'm smart. So I'm leaving. I'm leaving, and luckily, like, this super nice guy pulls up. Like, he's like, hey, is that your car back there? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I'm going to that gas station. I'm like, I'm a little wary. He goes, oh, I'm a little wary. But at this point, I see North Central sticker on here. I'm like, oh, hey, from Indy. He goes down from him. I'm like, we start talking. I'm like, my dad teaches at North Central. Turns out we have a couple of super nice guy. Has kids our age. It turns out his kids play college soccer. I'm like, yo, I play college soccer. Like, let's go. So we talk, and he drives me to the gas station. We drive back. By the time I'm back there, bro, there's 2 cop cars around my car, and there's that. I get out, and then they're like, oh, I'm like, is there something wrong, officer? And he goes, oh yeah. We got a report of someone speeding up and down this road, just up and down in a gray Prius. As I was driving a Prius, and I'm like, well, officer, my car is broken down, so as you can see, I cannot be speeding up and down this road. I was there for all about 12 minutes. So with me being 12 minutes, I'm just in the wrong spot. Like 2 cop cars showed up, and like the cops felt bad because my license had just expired because I turned 21, and like a month after you got to go renew it. Yeah. And on some other shit, like, they wouldn't let me do it at the BMV because I said I needed to prove I was a citizen with my passport because I'm a naturalized citizen. I'm like, I ain't never heard this shit before. It sounds low-key racist, but whatever it is. So I literally had to go get a passport to go get a license. But as a result, I had an expired license for like a few weeks. The cop saw the shit, didn't even say a word, bro, because like he felt bad for me, the fact that he realized, like, and he said to me, he goes, hey, don't worry about it. There's just a lot of old people around here, but the farmers are really nice. And I'm like, thank you, officer. And I just drove off. I'm like, this nigga, bro. Old people.
So speaking of y'all, none of y'all really liked any horror movie, or since y'all really aren't fans of being, scared, I'm assuming, or watching.
I love scary movies.
I love scary movies myself.
So when I was growing up, I hated scary movies.
But
now that's
bitch.
Yeah. But now that's like one thing that like I do with my girl. Like we just naturally just go and watch.
Right, it's just a go-to.
Yeah.
That's the only time I watch.
So it's like I've gotten accustomed to it now.
And I got scared.
But like
you compromise more than I do. I compromise on scary movies like once.
I mean, if you want to do the things I do.
No, that's true.
I thought it was
If you want to be great like that,
Yeah, I
So if
compromise.
it's that, then it fits the long term.
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I cannot be it.
But what I was gonna say was, since I'm sure y'all seen y'all's fair share of horror movies though.
Yeah.
What's let's go around. What's your favorite villain? Favorite bad guy?
Does it have to be from a scary movie?
Since it's
just
Halloween,
favorite
since it's
villain.
Halloween, yeah. Let's go with
Alright.
scary movie. Because favorite villain. Probably niggas are probably gonna go to Batman and shit.
I don't know. Like, do scary movies have bad guys?
Usually, yeah.
What?
So now you're asking me what's my favorite demon?
No,
I don't know.
There's Freddy.
There's Freddy
That
Krueger,
sounds-
there's Michael Myers, there's Jason,
There's Jeffrey
there's
Dahmer.
Chucky, there's nigga.
That's a
That's
real
a
life
movie.
motherfucker.
I was going, okay, if you're doing that, Michael Jackson. Because I love him, but he scared the shit out of me as a kid.
You know
I'm
what?
serious.
I
I'm so serious.
can agree with that.
I'm so serious.
I can agree with that.
I love him. No, I'm so serious. I lost sleep.
you was gonna be that little nigga.
No, bro. It wasn't even
Oh,
that.
Michael.
No, I wear my 3rd grade t-shirt. It wasn't even that. I showed up one day, my glove fell off. She's like, oh, you're like Michael Jackson. I'm like, who the fuck you talking about? She's like, Michael Jackson. And it was the year after.
Who the fuck
It was the year after. It was like 06. It was the year after the fucking molestation thing. So like, I remember seeing this nigga. I'm like, I thought that nigga was a girl this whole time. Like, nah, he was a dude. I'm like, oh, cool. I Google him.
You
Wasn't
see that
scared.
nigga's
No,
nose.
I wasn't scared because I saw myself. Then I'm like, this nigga was black,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, this nigga was amazing. I'm hooked. I'm like, He's dancing like I've never seen before. I'm YouTubing, I'm in a rabbit hole, and I'm like, I go through the whole evolution. It's like 1992. I'm like, okay, this is getting weird. Like his face, okay, feels scary. I'm at this point, it's scary. His face is ghoulish. It's scaring the shit out of me. But I can't not look away because he's dancing like an. I'm like, this is amazing. He sounds like Jesus, but he dances like a saint. And then I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
But he looks like the monster.
But then I found out, not only did I find out, oh, he's from Indiana. I'm like, yeah, roots, all this shit. And then, whole time, he like little boys, maybe? I'm like, oh, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, I'm in Indiana. There's relation here. He might come back. Like, he might know about Carvel.
Was gonna pick that nigga up out of daycare.
He might know
daycare.
Grandma in the States on tour, picking him out of the crowd.
That nigga said, I'm coming to your town soon.
I'll tell you right now, and you know what's crazy? I thought I was the only one. I can tell you 10 people that have told me the same fear. That's told me the same. It's like a phobia.
Michael Jackson was your fucking bad.
It's a legit fear.
Michael Jackson was his villain.
Bro, that nigga scared the shit out of me.
Antonio.
And I
on
love
to the
him,
next
though.
one.
Shit.
I don't know, man.
Thriller, nigga. He was in it. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Fuck you, nigga.
As a little kid, they could have been scared.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That nigga was black though.
I heard stories
when he was black.
Yeah, but I heard stories that niggas on MTV said they were crawling under the bed when that shit came out. Yeah. What? Probably because we were scared of the nigga, but you know.
I don't know, bro. I don't really watch like villain-based scary movies.
Fine, then all right. How about we change the criteria? You can, if you know,
Just
our favorite
I
scary
said
movie, I
bad-
guess.
yeah, bad
Our
guy
scariest
in general.
movie you've seen.
Now,
Shall
when it
say.
comes to scariest movies that have terrified my soul, The Conjuring, I also watched that under horrible circumstances. Me and my cousin watched The Conjuring in the middle of the living room, in the dark, on a laptop.
Oh, God.
Not realizing that when the movie was over, somebody had to go cut on the lights.
Oh, God.
So we're just stuck in the middle of the
That's-
room in
that is a
complete
little
darkness, and the movie's now over.
That's a bad
And we're
setup.
scared for our lives.
That is a little wild.
We're like, somebody needs to go cut on the lights.
That
I
was
remember
rough.
I
The
watched-
first time I saw it. The first time I saw it was a little. Oof.
And this is before phones with flashlights. So this was like, you have to
He said you
wander
had to
the
walk in the
darkness
dark.
to go get to that light switch. I said no. We went to sleep that night. We just went to bed. Nobody got up.
Dude, I haven't seen a ton of scary movies, man. Because like I said, I'm not a big scary person. But man, I remember seeing Insidious. That wasn't bad. Insidious 2 wasn't
all of
bad.
them were
Insidious
good.
3
Insidious
wasn't
2
bad.
is great.
They're all pretty bad. But I mean, like not bad like movies, but pretty scary movies and
I
shit.
know,
But
yeah.
that was like, you know, when you be in like middle school
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's like, that's the movie that your group of friends wants to go to and stuff. So I would stomach through this shit. So
He said stomach through it.
yeah, but it
So
was
that
like,
would
but I wasn't
tolerate
like. Are they scary or is it just like the popping out and shit?
I was gonna
it.
say-
It could be
Build
either.
up
It could be
And
either.
the build up, how you jumping and shit. So that's where I thought maybe that was
Yeah.
the Insidious stuff is scary.
And they good for background shit. So like in one, I think it's like the first movie, she's like walking past the room and there's a little boy sitting in the corner, but she doesn't see him until he like runs through the hallway later.
They got like a small little.
I'm gonna be honest. You know, it's
things you can
fucking. We were just talking about him. The Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Get Out.
Get Out's scary because it's that okay. 'cause
That's the type of
it's
show I
fun.
want.
Remember I said
That's
the
the
fucking
type of-
racial thing,
yeah.
the hate crime shit. I could see that action, the thriller
that's fine.
feels a little bit more real. Like
And-
that shit could fucking happen.
And that's what I'm saying. That's slightly inconvenient shit that could
Yeah.
happen to you.
Versus, you know, the Insidious shit. It's like, okay, that character's creepy. The pop up shit had me jumping, but I know there's a separation. This shit's not ever
Yeah.
real.
It's fiction. I'm looking
not that
at
I don't
it as
necessarily
fiction.
believe in ghosts
But
or
when
in
I go
spirits.
home
That's a
with
whole
them,
different
I gotta
conversation.
work.
But from
But-
a real life standpoint of like, you know, you're not going to see that character of Insidious actually ever happen. You could be fucking with a white bitch. And
Well, so that's
get
what I'm
That-
saying.
and
What about
that's-
the serial
that's-
killer? What about the
that's
serial
what
killer
nightmares
aspect
though.
then?
Like,
So
what's
like,
the
like that.
serial killer?
so like you see, you know, while you used to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that can really happen, or like, you know, even though Meech said Jeffrey Dahmer, like jokingly, like that shit's
I haven't
real.
finished. I haven't finished the Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
Like
I haven't
that
finished
shit's
any of it.
yeah.
But-
Because it's
but-
fucking creepy. It can happen. And it makes me feel a little weird.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why. That's where the
But
Jeffrey
that's
Dahmer
the
shit-
reality. That's the presence of it being. That's where I'm saying like the presence of something maybe being able to apply specifically to you is what will bring like psychological, like, oh, this sticking with me after the movie, because now I got a little doubt in my head, like a girl watching a movie about a guy abducting girls.
Black Phone.
Next time they go to their
Black
car,
Phone that just came out this year.
movie's wild.
That movie
yet.
is
Black
actually
Phone is
scary.
That's on Hulu, ain't it?
Nah, it's
HBO.
on-
It's on one of them.
It's on one of them, but I think
It's
it's
HBO.
Max.
All right, bet.
you know,
Bro, like the nigga in Black
No,
Phone.
I'm
That's
watching.
what
I
he
still
said.
need to see Smile.
Picking it.
I actually, I think I know mine. I have one scary
There
movie
ain't been no
that I
scary
hold in
movies
high
lately.
regard.
Yeah.
Cape Fear
Like Black
with
Phone was
Robert De
pretty
Niro.
decent though.
I have not seen that.
Smile.
Is
Cape-
that actually a scary movie?
Cape Fear with Robert De Niro, I
Is
would
that
say.
an actual scary
No, it's an
movie?
actually. So for me, I said the one scary movie that I can say, like, because my dad showed it to me as a kid, but like I went back and watched it because he plays like a sociopathic serial killer that gets out of jail, finds a way to get out on parole, but he's trying to write someone that a lawyer that framed him, but he implements himself into their life, like by like dating their daughter, like and the lawyer never opened up with his family because he basically didn't represent him because he didn't want to and took a deal without telling him. Basically, you know, as a lawyer, you have to represent.
Yeah.
He didn't do that shit, and he, as a result, he had to go to jail for life. Some shit came out with some DNA testing. He gets out, but because of that, he actually now is intent on ending this guy's life. But he starts like with his daughter, and then like getting into his daughter and getting his trust, and then like abusing the daughter, and then with the mother, and then goes through the family, but. Because the lawyer hasn't been open with it, and if he does, it's admitting that he broke the law. He has to accept this guy into his life, so the guy just kind of slowly and it like takes years until he just killed everybody off with no connection back to him, and it's all his fault. But like that shit got to me because I was like, damn, like this man made it his life's purpose to come fuck your life up, and that was it. Like he just made it.
I think the
That's some deep
scariest
dark
movie
shit.
that I've ever seen is personally is Shutter Island.
You think that's scary? I was
I've
gonna.
never seen
That
that.
shit is
I thought it was
terrible.
more of a psychological.
Mind fuck. It's
Yeah, I didn't think of it as a
that
scary
movie.
movie.
Is insane, bro.
Sorry, I was. It's
And
one of
Leo's
I think
such
it's
a
one of
good
Leo's
actor.
top.
And he's such a good actor, so I mean that.
You
that
say
adds
top
to-
5, Leo? Top 10?
Top 5.
Top 5 might be.
That
top
shit
5.
is ridiculously good. And I mean, and then you got as a supporting character or actor. I think it was the guy who plays the Hulk.
Mark Banner?
Yeah, or Mark Ruffalo.
Right, yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, that's the supporting
Good
characters. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he is in that movie.
Yeah.
It's
He's
kind of like
detective.
you know, like remember Inception? It's Inception
Yeah, have
except
you seen it? Oh, I would
it's
suggest all y'all
Inception
go see
for
it.
horror. It's like say
It
even the
literally is
ending is the
Inception
same.
for horror.
Ending is the same except it's like Inception with horror. It's like
Yeah,
same
and
shit.
it's really.
I heard
really,
Inception
really
was
good.
kind of hard to follow though.
It is. It's a 3-hour long movie, so it definitely takes some
It's-
sitting down and paying attention.
It's pretty much the same. I'd say it's easier, but actually it's the exact same as Inception in terms
No,
of.
I think Inception's probably easier to follow than Shutter Island.
Yeah, actually you're right. You're right. Definitely right.
Because like when you think about Shutter Island, there's so many flashbacks that actually aren't very
Have you seen it?
valid or useful.
Which one?
Shutter.
Shutter Island, yeah.
I was also. Do you think it'd be easier or harder than Inception?
I don't think I've seen Inception.
You guys should definitely.
You
I
said
think the
it's
longest
long.
movie I've seen is
Inception
Interstellar.
Wasn't that hard?
No, Inception's longer than
I've never
Interstellar.
seen it.
He hasn't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Yeah.
Saying,
He
I've
Interstellar's
heard
my
of it.
favorite. Interstellar's my favorite movie. I mean, like,
I had to say, if anyone didn't get Inception, like after 2 tries, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say
Trying
if you
to
do
get
it 2
They
times,
After
don't
the-
watch it.
you
They're
don't
not
get
really
it?
Watching it. No, I'm not saying I do. He's saying his friends say that it's hard to follow.
If you're above the age of 20, if you're above the age of 18,
Really?
you should be able to get
Facts.
it.
Yeah, 'cause I got it when it came out. one day
especially
up.
after one try. Maybe the first try you were coming in like casual movie, you missed some things, that's cool. But if you're really paying attention, it ain't that hard. Like, really, it's just
Because it's really something that's damn near possible in real life without the machinery that they do. I feel like you can definitely make.
If you can
somebody-
understand the
you
Matrix, you can
def-
understand Inception.
Facts, but I'm saying you could definitely make somebody think an idea was their idea
Mhm.
naturally in real life.
On top of that, just the thought about going deeper and deeper and just thinking that you're in the dream world, and like
Such a good
killing
movie.
themselves in the dream world. That like
wake up?
how his wife died. Yeah.
Right.
Is
Or
that-
being in
that's
limbo.
crazy.
Yeah, but then the movie's ridiculously good. Yeah, there are some complex and confusing parts,
See,
like being stuck in limbo.
When it comes,
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Limbo.
when it comes to movies, as I've gotten older, I've realized I've went away from like maybe a specific genre or type and more towards great acting. Like I really want to go to a movie. Like if I'm gonna watch a movie, like I want to feel like, oh, the niggas in this movie making me feel a type of way. And usually it's because of it's the actors in the movie brings to like rather because they can make a bad story good rather than like now like I used to like be like, oh, you know,
I got a
comedy this,
fucking-
comedy
I
this,
got a
comedy
great
this.
story. All American.
On Netflix.
The story and the concept is like damn near decent. The acting is so shit.
That's the, exactly.
Right.
Bro,
That's like
that's
I can't even fucking bear it. I'm
nigga,
like,
dap me the fuck up. That's I
like,
have
that's
this
the
beef
These
with
niggas
my
are
girl
fucking
every
35
time.
years old playing
That's
high
what I'm-
school football.
But
That
no,
was
listen,
my same
if
quote.
what
Thank-
was that one? What was the one bitch's name?
There's a couple of
The rapper.
Fucking
Coop.
yeah.
Cool, bitch.
Yeah.
If I see one more fucking random ass rap performance,
Not
if I'm
even
with
that,
your
bro.
ass,
No,
And
not
she
even
wanted-
that. It's not even that.
she
It's
one of the
just
better
it's
ones.
like- no,
She
it's
one of the
like-
better
nah,
actresses
bro,
in the
this-
bitch.
they
she
all
is.
fucking.
She's,
suck.
she's one of the better
They're
ones.
all
She is one of
fucking
the
That's
better
my
actors.
point.
But Coop, it's more
They're
like
all-
let Coop
they're
fuck
The
all
light
around
skinned, the
one
light
time.
skinned Indian looking nigga, get that nigga out my face. Aeropostale ass, model ass,
Bro, that nigga signed
Hollister
by a modeling
ass.
agency.
He kind
That
of
nigga
like
really-
he kind of looked like Steve.
That nigga's from Indiana. That
He is
nigga-
from
Yeah,
Indiana.
He's from Columbus.
He's
Indiana.
from yeah. As a matter of fact,
And
he
when I
is.
call him, I
That
call
nigga
him.
signed, he's literally signed to my agency.
When I
My
call
mom
him
was
an
crazy.
Aeropostale ass, Hollister ass, fucking Gap ass, model ass nigga.
What I
That's
call
what
him
he
over
is.
there.
Hey, all I know
Tom.
is Olivia's fine.
Olivia, which one's Olivia? The sister.
The light skin, yeah, the
Uncle
sister.
Ruckus.
But I'm gonna be honest. Same fucking reason I'm off of like Euphoria, All American, all this shit. Like, we all came out of high school. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend motherfuckers wasn't going through their own shit or doing some kind of drugs.
These niggas look 40.
They look 40.
They look 40.
And
They
it's
be
like,
abusing the
you
fuck
not,
out of
you
that
not
shit.
on fucking heroin
Nigga,
in high school.
that's
bitch.
what I'm saying,
And where's your
bro.
fucking
Why they get so much
and
ass?
where's your- and
Why
where's
they
your
get so
fucking
much
parents?
ass?
They're all out of town.
Yeah.
They got all
Why is
this
the
money.
ass just
Yeah,
get
and
thrown
throw the
out?
house
Like,
party.
was that
I'm
easy?
gonna be damn like
I was like, get
100%.
that ass.
Like Karma was
Then again,
Right,
we don't know how high school
and
is
we
now.
wasn't getting to this shit
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying,
Hey,
bro.
think
Not
about it.
going to
Then
take
again,
that.
we don't know how high school is now.
Nah, bro.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
talking about we came from a luxury area, and they're talking about.
I just
high
feel
school-
like kids know more.
Our high school is the closest thing to Euphoria.
You're right, and
No,
it
that's
was
facts,
not
'cause
that.
I didn't
Niggas
experience
was-
shit like that.
That's
Karma's
what I'm
the closest.
saying.
I knew niggas taking.
Experience shit like
I
that.
knew niggas taking bars.
Right.
I knew niggas showing up high. I know
Heroin's
niggas.
heroin's wild.
Bars,
Heroin,
acid,
heroin.
and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
but-
promise you, niggas going to rehab and then fucking coming back and getting to go out again.
Right.
Hell no.
Nigga, hell no.
Right.
Hell
Niggas' parents be gone for 2 weeks in the show, bro, and like and literally be like, I'm throwing house parties every weekend.
Bro,
Well,
I seen
hey.
it in high school. I seen it in high school, bro. We was at I'm not gonna name names on here, but we was at a little house party
Mhm.
and there was some bitches topping niggas off in like the closet and shit. And the mom came down. I was like, everybody get the fuck out of my house. Blah 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 blah. Niggas went home.
Was that a party
safe-
I was at?
No.
Oh, I was
Niggas
about
went
to
home.
say.
Niggas went home safely. There was no drugs involved. There was liquor
Right,
involved.
bro.
But it was like pretty straightforward. That's some actual crazy shit if your parents are a random mom walking on you getting your dick sucked by her daughter at the
Yeah,
party.
I'd be
Right. And
But
Why-
but there was
why-
no
was she
rehab.
white? Was she
That's what
white?
I'm saying.
Of course.
Okay.
There was no rehab.
I'm not even gonna speak.
There was no rehab involved.
Yeah, he's not
There was
wrong.
No, there's
no,
no.
there was
Rehab-
no coop. There was no coop breaking down rapping in the middle of the fucking party.
Fuck Coop.
Like
Why Coop getting deals out here? Like, what are we
the
talking
fuck?
about? Coop looks
Nobody was getting
48.
shot.
got shot.
Nobody was getting shot.
Coop looks like she's a 48-year-old woman. Why is she hanging out with high schoolers in this show? Bro, the only reason I watched my girl like it, and I told her
Because it was a good story. You was like, how's this end?
And I tell her, I watched the
It
show
was
with her,
good.
and I watched
I
the
was
show
very
with
cool.
her. No, you're right.
I'm finishing the first
I
season
have
right
to
now.
watch the show with her, and I tell the whole time, exactly what you said. I said, the writing here is actually good. If they got good niggas to like act this shit would be hard.
Tank Diggs is the best actor in the whole show.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro.
And
Exactly.
and it's
That's
like
a
Tank
problem.
Diggs is like a known actor. Like this nigga damn near A-list. So like it's
Which
like
one's Tay Diggs?
ball head
The
coach.
ball head coach.
And he really ain't even playing that hard of a
From All
character.
American.
That's
Yeah, what
it.
else that nigga been in?
Best man, best
That
man
is a
2?
classic black actor.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he plays the
Think of every old
the
black
chocolate
movie he
man
did.
that
Right.
the woman like to like go to the
Yeah,
theater for.
I'm not gonna hold you, man.
It's
I'm
like
not a big,
Tyrese.
I'm not a
Like they're
big
the
movie
same
guy.
template of nigga.
You playing the wood?
I was just about to say I'm about
Look him
to,
up.
I'm about to look it up.
Yeah, he do look familiar.
Best man, Brown Sugar. Shit.
I have-
So he is in the
This
woods.
nigga was going on. Malibu's
Malibu's most
That nigga was
wanted.
in Malibu's Most
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah, bro. Yeah, okay.
This nigga been in everything.
But that's my point. That's my point. There's
room with
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Cancel us, man.
Bro, I'm just saying, if All America was on HBO, that shit
the
would be
hat.
award winning.
He was in
The Netflix
Malibu's
actors is
Most
killing
Wanted.
that shit.
Yeah,
terrible.
Malibu's Most Wanted was good. I fucked with Malibu's Most Wanted.
Get your ass on the ground.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I know what it is. You know what All American feel.
What?
All American feel like, you know when you play the Madden story mode? It's like if Madden story mode came to real life. That's All American.
It's for Chris Shaw.
Well, bro, I'm gonna be honest.
Is it the same
I
nigga?
can't leave Chris
Didn't
Shaw behind.
the nigga that plays All American, didn't he play the Madden story mode nigga like
I
in
need to
Madden
be
19?
successful
I
for
swear to
people
God he
need me.
did.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Look, you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I gotta stay here for Chris Shaw.
That is what they be doing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What about Chris Shaw? Like, what?
All these
That nigga
motherfuckers
Michael
corny.
Evans Bealey. That's that nigga, bro. Jordan fucking Baker.
Jordan Baker.
Jordan.
That's what I'm saying. Jordan Baker. I thought that's what I'm saying.
Hey, okay,
Bro,
so speaking of
bro,
speaking
bro.
of the athlete shit, bro, I'm so over the movies that don't have real actors. I mean, like real athletes. I would rather you go get a shittier actor and have the scene actually be real hoop
Right.
or real
No,
football
facts.
than you go get a fucking actor.
She's
But they
young,
can't
you
even
watch the
fucking
show.
act. They can't
They
even
can't.
act.
They're not doing
and
it.
then you go get a fucking that don't even look like football. I'm tired of seeing the
That's
slow
what I'm saying.
motion.
No cap.
Like dude catching a pass. I'm like
Just give me some real film.
And that's the
of
one
him playing.
catch of 80 drop passes.
or do the Blue Mountain State shit and don't even show any
shit
of
was
that
so
type
hard.
of shit.
Blue Mountain State was hard, by
Don't even show any
I do gotta
fucking
get out of
football.
here, though.
I haven't seen the league. Is the league good? And
The league is
Tom,
amazing.
We
I've seen-
appreciate you.
I haven't seen the league. I watched the game. The game
Or
is
like the
good
game.
as
Did
fuck
they show any fucking football in that bitch?
from time to time? But
Very
it's
rare.
like,
But
Very
it was about the
rarely.
other shit.
Barely.
It was about
Don't
the other
put
shit.
none
They
of
were
that
like
action.
one-
But it was
like one
obvious
play
that they
of the
weren't
game
using
type
real
shit.
football players, so that's why they didn't.
Right, and it was like
Also,
one
when they
play
did
like
those
out of the
things,
whole
good
thing. It'd be like
Right.
that nigga
They
like breaking
did
the
them
tackle
for
for
them
touchdown,
for
like
nigga running,
goal line
catch the
touchdown.
ball.
Shit, we literally won the Super Bowl.
But now I'm about to get out of here. Shit, keep recording. We'll be fine.
All right, bet. You know, I wanted to just, you know, we ain't have
All
too
right,
much
brother,
to say
this is
more,
true.
but I wanted to talk about, since we was on
I need my
movies,
laptop,
that
bro.
Black Adam movie, that just came out with The Rock.
With you
I know.
and
It's
the
freaking
Adam
amazing.
here.
Black Adam.
Yeah. It's let me show you here.
I don't know that one.
With the Rock.
I'm not a big movie guy, honestly, man.
This nigga weird.
Oh, they added a new superheroes and shit.
Yeah, well, it's on
Not
DC.
added, man.
Gotta
He's
be
in the
good.
comic.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, you let me know.
All right,
I will, you
y'all
know,
be
take the
easy
sound
on
out,
her.
but you know, I don't want to,
sure,
you know,
G.
disrupt. Be safe, dog.
All right, man. Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you too, bro.
Nah, bro. So what? His origin story is what?
So Black Adam,
He's
he's
The Rock.
I don't say, meet you want to give him a little origin story?
Okay.
Hey, Meech, come here. Replace Tone. Come on, bro.
Yeah, go get in
This
there.
camera.
Yeah,
It should be okay.
Fuck this cameras.
I'm gonna break this shit.
Okay.
Ugly ass face.
Who you talking to?
He said he's gonna break this shit.
You
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
it.
Oh, I got
Hey, now, hey.
I said,
hey.
when's YouTube boxing start? So this is the ring,
He
nigga.
said, when's YouTube?
Are we really trying to get that?
I will actually do that.
That'd be cool to train
That's
for
what I'm
that.
saying.
You said this is DC. This isn't Marvel or nothing.
Yeah, this is DC.
Yeah, this is DC. So I can't remember the name of their country, but basically they were slaves to a new king, right?
Okay.
So his son
I'm going to see it again
was
tonight.
chosen.
Is that good?
Yeah, it was that good, actually.
His son was like chosen by these wizards to be basically Shazam.
Okay.
You know who Shazam is?
Yeah, I've
All right.
seen- yeah.
So
He's Shazam's rival.
right.
He's
Nah.
Shazam's rival.
Huh?
Nothing. Just a bad joke.
Continue.
This nigga been
All right, all
his own
right.
one.
So his son,
Sorry, guys.
became the new Shazam.
Mhm.
He starts fighting what's it called? These people who enslave his people, and
The
they
whites.
knew the only thing that like would hurt him was his family.
Naturally.
So they murked his mom.
Damn.
That's what I would do.
And right when that happened,
Smart.
his dad was about to die,
Mhm.
and instead of like fighting and keeping the power, he gave his power to him. And right when he gave his power to him, that's when they shot him. His assassins like literally murked him like right in front of him right after he gave him his power.
Mm-hmm.
So then so the story that the people know is that the son became Shazam and, you know, saved their town. But really it was his dad, and his dad didn't save him. He actually was pissed and unleashed a rage that like literally almost destroyed the entire city.
Okay.
And that's how he became Black Adam. The wizards came down and were like, all right, man can't use this power anymore. So they basically lock him up. And then some chick, to get this crown that possesses evil, these evil wizards to the dark world, to the underworld basically, in order to get to that, Black Adam's tomb was there, and the bad people wanted it, and she unleashed them, and that's why Black Adam is now alive after how many years? Was it like 1,000-something years or something like that? It was BCE. That was the time that he lived.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
We're
doing too many. We're spamming the superhero shit.
too much.
Too much.
We leaned it. That's why I don't care.
It's the only reason I'm not even a big. Like again, I said I'm not a big movie guy. I'm not
a big comics fan.
I'm not a big comics. I get that there's like the manga or the comics or whatever. That part's cool because that's kind of the classics per se,
Right,
type
yeah.
shit.
But we're
But, like,
oversaturating.
we're oversaturating, and the Marvel shit. The only reason I appreciated it was because it all tied in from the very beginning. They circled it all back and made it all connected.
Now there's so
And
many
they never
loose
told
ends.
us those stories.
Now there's
as
so
a
many
kid.
loose
Yeah.
ends.
That was the
What do you
first
mean?
time they
Okay, so
really
you-
give us a
Okay,
big
I feel like you're saying that they're adding this on. This was
No, I'm not
always,
saying.
No, that's not
I'm
what he's
not saying
saying.
they're adding it on. They're not.
He's not talking
I
about
said-
the movie
I said,
specifically.
I said they
bro.
created before. I said they created a new superhero, and Steven was like, "Nah, this is like somebody from DC." I'm like, "Oh shit!" But what I am saying is, we keep bringing a new guy from the comics or a
And
new
not
motherfucker
finishing
from the
shit,
manga,
bro.
Boom.
and
Just
throwing them in.
next
It's like,
nigga,
give me the
next
main
nigga,
fucking four,
next
or give me
nigga.
the fucking
Like,
Avengers.
they
shit,
haven't even
and
like
then
really
end that
corrected
shit.
their Justice League formula in DC.
Or
I
Fantastic
understand
Four.
what
The
you're saying.
Fantastic Four.
it's
we
like-
need to redo
it's
Fantastic
almost,
Four.
It's almost getting to the point where it's overload.
They're
That's
just
what
like
I'm saying.
give
There's
me
too many loose
and it's,
ends.
and look, it's the same formula. The Rock, boom. The Rock, like this.
Oh,
get,
oh,
boom,
well,
like,
hold on. Don't get me started on the fucking. Oh, it starts off with some adversity. Then they gain powers. Then they start on this incline, and that's fucking great. Then they hit rock bottom with the enemy. Then they overcome that adversity, and then they win. It's like you know the exact
movie-
plot
It's
of
the same
every
trope
fucking
of
movie.
yeah.
In,
I agree
in
about
terms
that.
of
Every movie.
as artistry, and this is actually shown in the box office, movies and people that work in the movie industry will say that like the genre and the type of films are worse than ever in terms of like one, I say like quality, and two, uniqueness, because we're just pumping out different
Same
versions of the
shit
same shit
over and over
all, and that's unfortunately because those are the movies that get the most money, and it stopped. And Matt Bourne was actually given a good. They were asking him why the movies have changed to be more that, and they said it used to be that like so these companies, if they're gonna spend let's say 30, 40, 50 million dollars on an indie movie, and they're gonna get a bunch of awards, but they're either gonna come 10 million in the hole, or they're gonna come maybe 10, 15 million in product. In the positivity when movies are already down, it's not really worth investment for them. So a lot more companies saying they'd rather give 150, 200, or 500 million to this same type of movie, but knowing this formula, like doesn't matter if the movie's good or not, all the fans are gonna come out, the comic fans are gonna come out, whether or not the movie's actually good, they're gonna make it back on the first weekend, and they've stopped trying to make the movie good and more trying to make a movie that's gonna get you in the theater.
But I just personally think y'all just need to go see this.
Yeah, that's not what we're discussing though. Yeah,
Don't get it
You're
twisted.
just saying in general. I
I
get what
I
you're
still
saying.
went and
'cause
watched
it's the
I
reason
still-
why we're.
Right.
It's the
I still
reason why
went
we
and
don't
watched
want to
it,
go see
But
these.
what I'm saying is, it just feels like he hit the nail. It's
Yeah.
been recycled.
Right, 'cause-
that doesn't mean it's not a good fucking superhero.
It's like if you're a busy guy,
Right.
Yeah, if you're a busy guy and you don't go to the movies already,
You're not gonna be that invested.
see, and if you want me to go to the movie, Black Adam ain't gonna be like, you gotta give me something to do.
I agree with you in that sense because Marvel did spam the shit out of it.
Spam.
The fuck out of their what's it
It'll be
called?
like 10 drops a year.
Yeah.
TV
It'd
be
shows
10
like-
so
and
Oh,
made
the TV shows,
TV
shit.
shows
are
Stop.
terrible.
Disney.
Stop.
Disney,
Most
Disney
of their
Plus,
sequels,
Mandalorian.
most of their
Loki,
spin-off
Wanda.
sequels are terrible. Like
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy sequels, the
Terrible.
Ant-Man. Okay, I'm not.
Whoa,
gonna say
Guardians of the
Ant-Man.
Galaxy sequel wasn't bad.
Okay, but regardless,
Would you watch it again?
Yeah, I've already have watched.
But
it.
fuck that. Just
Right
for the
now.
just for the
regardless,
point
let's
of
keep
it. Yeah,
keep going. That's a
Ant-Man
minor
sequels
detail.
though, I was with you on that one though.
But that's a
Okay,
minor
I
yeah.
like Ant-Man and the Wasp better than the first Ant-Man. But
I agree,
they
yeah.
just dropped a new trailer for a new Ant-Man.
I saw
They're
it
starting
already.
to miss
it's
more
on-
than they hit.
But you know what they're also doing, and I'm not mad at the creativity idea of it, but the only reason they fucking did it was so they can continue to put out more bullshit, was the multiverse. So now we can throw in, oh, Steven and Sterling interact, Sterling and Meech interact, oh, Meech interacts with
Yeah,
Steve,
the
and now we
multi-
just cross over because it's like,
It's
oh,
smart.
well, the multiverse, there's 4 of you, there's 4 of me, there's 4 of him, and it's like we all get
Nah,
to
that's
And
along
because
the
these
lines of-
fans
that's
are
along the lines of,
lifelong,
like what Meech said, that's
and-
already written. Like that's
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
that's
no,
stuff
that's-
in the comics.
That's
no,
stuff's in the comics
but in
since,
terms
like,
of the
60s.
movies, like
But now they finally just got to it. I think is what Sterling's saying. Finally, they're there, and so now that allows them more flexibility.
But it's too much.
But it's too much
It's too
flexibility.
because they know because they don't even need a target. Like you said, They don't need to get niggas that want to go to the movies. They're getting the niggas that like these comics that, regardless if the movie's good or not, they're gonna come out just to see
Facts.
because they're gonna come
You're
out.
right.
And
There's a
shit.
big enough
And
crowd that will.
They're gonna hit. They're
They
just
need
gonna
to
hit.
put more money into the movie rather than having a big, wide variety. You get what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
and big
but
name
they-
actors, because
but-
I think they can just put big
I'm
name
gonna
actors
give
in
you two
there.
examples.
But they're not
First
gonna
of
do
all,
that.
Here's the other
They do that.
the
No.
generational,
Hey,
the
listen,
generational thing though is, did you read comics like that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Kinda. Did
When I
you?
could
did.
get
A
them.
little bit, bro. I remember having.
But you
some-
guys, to be
I
honest,
had
to be
some
fair,
manga,
are
I had some
the
manga shit.
you guys are the
but it's not
super.
like-
You guys are the 1% when it comes
Yeah,
to
I was
anime.
gonna say,
But
You
it's
guys
not
are
like-
trying to the 1%.
But if you go
two are
ask,
one
if
on
you
one.
go ask fucking people that are 10 years older than us, when they grew up, that was all they fucking had. They didn't have Netflix.
Yeah,
and
my
shit.
uncle still got
Comic
all
books
of
and
it.
shit. That was like the
Collected it.
shit. I remember they had like comic book stores and shit. You don't have comic book stores and shit now. Like the generational thing changed. And then I'm gonna give you another example of why these movies were so fucking fire. Remember the two Batman ones was the one with
Crazy.
the fucking Joker
Mhm.
and what's
Christopher
his name?
Nolan.
Who
All
died.
three of
Christopher
them
Nolan.
were
Bodied
good.
that
What do you
fucking
mean?
Heath
part.
Ledger.
And then,
Shit,
But they
and
were
then-
doing what we were saying. They
And then you remember the fucking Bane one? That motherfucker
The
killed
trilogy.
his part too, and it's like there was more, I think,
It's
investment.
Tom Hardy.
And that
But
Tom
There's
Hardy
more
bodied
investment
the
in
sh-
that movie.
That's
Tom
because they
and
gave it to
who-
Christopher Nolan. They gave it to a
They gave it to
certified
good actors.
director,
And I
great
heard,
director, and
I've heard
Torito.
too.
The Robert Pattinson one. I heard the Robert Pattinson was great. Honestly, I haven't
haven't
seen.
seen
it.
it.
I
I
haven't
didn't
seen
like
it.
But what I've also
But
heard
I've
is if you
heard
notice,
that a lot. That's
with
fair.
people that are big into that like space industry, the Joker never gets recreated more than like once or twice because what it takes to play that role is so dark and deep and fucking
to
weird.
this day.
And so the dude who plays the Joker and bodies the shit
Heath Ledger.
kills
No,
himself.
no, it's like no.
Like,
To this
he
day,
wouldn't have been able to play that fucking role again because
Like-
he went to a fucking deeper, darker place that you don't see, and that's why that movie's a fucking
100%.
superhero classic.
To
Take
the-
all the DC other
It's
bullshit,
the best.
how they can.
Wait, are you saying
Hey, no, the Dark. No, so I know
The Dark
exactly. So this is my favorite movie ever. I watch it once a month.
The one with the Joker.
Yes, I watch it once a month. I could quote the whole movie, and I didn't even. It's the reason I even like Batman. It's the reason that got me into. And I don't even like superhero shit. But like he said, Heath Ledger's performance for me
Ash,
personally is the best acting performance I've ever seen in terms of
I'm a super villain.
in terms of tapping into a character because
Ash.
like you said he got into such a dark place and like he said he tapped into the like mindset and psyche of a sociopath like he was it and like he's alone trapped in a room like this is elite level action
Yeah,
shit this shit
people-
comes out on
people said he
screen
went and
like
did that
he
shit to
went into
prepare
like
for it.
they found his notes it's like and the last shit it's all suicide notes written as the Joker to the point like people in his life his family like they can't even separate they cannot separate the character from Heath at that moment because in his last moments he completely encapsulates and it comes out because as much as they're not as much as successful as it was. No one's retouching Joker right now because Jared Leto tried to do it. You can't do it anymore because Jack Nicholson set the bar right, and no one touched it, and no one thought it could do it. Heath Ledger took it to such artistic levels, but it wasn't the hero part. It wasn't the super part. It was the acting. It was
That's what I was gonna say.
realism.
I got a
They
question,
just said
though.
recently on the new Joker that Joaquin Phoenix actually did bring it back to that level. Like,
Right,
they said,
exactly.
They said Joaquin Phoenix, which he's another kind of
Exactly.
The
But
type
that's
of
13 years
the type
later.
of acting that Heath Ledger does is called method acting, and
Joaquin Phoenix did it
does
amazingly.
method acting as well.
Exactly.
And so that they're
But
like
so
that's
my-
why.
And it was, and it's like Christopher Nolan's. It wasn't like a superhero.
My
blah, blah, blah,
point,
blah,
my
blah,
point to
blah.
that is, and this is the last thing I'm gonna fucking
Very
say
good.
about it, is they're not. You can see how the Marvel and everybody they bring the same actors back. They do kind of the same shit. They tie it all together.
Surface
it was
level.
like
Surface level.
Batman did this was one fucking movie. Bane was this one fucking movie, and then we're not gonna. And then maybe I don't know who the fucking Walking Phoenix, whatever that. They're gonna do something completely different. The Patterson one was kind of a different interpretation. They don't ever re-intersect.
They give
Because
artistic
that's-
value to the director.
Because that's how unique and artistic, and it's
Yeah.
all like, well, I see. I talked to literally one of my
Yeah,
coworkers.
there's not been a bad
one of my-
Batman movie.
One of
That's what
my
I'm saying.
coworkers literally said, I watched the Robert Pattinson version, and he was like, it was all depressing, and this version and whatever, and he was like, Batman's supposed to be this playboy millionaire. But that was his thought process towards what he views Batman as.
Right.
Those actors and that director took it this way.
Different representation.
And
Batman-
you don't see a similar Joker really
Batman
ever.
Just
Marvel,
not
we're
really-
gonna
see that
Marvel,
Marvel.
we're going to see the same shit over and over with
Anthony
Batman.
Mackie's gonna
It's
be a black
repeated.
version of Chris Evans. He's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
the same as the
repeated,
photo.
and then we're gonna be like, oh, it's 2024. Hey, you want to bring that fucking Hulk back?
Yeah, bring it
Or you
back.
want to bring
One more
fucking
time.
Wakanda back? Or you want to bring fucking
Thor's still
Ant-Man
gonna
back?
be here.
Or Thor? And then it's like, hey, well, why don't you call that motherfucker again? And we're gonna get the same type of movie, and then we're gonna get an Avengers 6 years down the line. They're gonna hook us again for another $500 million, and we're gonna recycle that. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna go see it. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna appreciate some of the moments of the movie, or because of the nostalgia of the comics, right? If that's your shit, right? If they make a fucking Naruto movie, I'm gonna go see that bitch. That bitch, I watched the Mortal Kombat movie, no bullshit, and it was garbage to me. But you know why I fucked with it? Because I played that video game in his fucking crib, in his basement at fucking 9. And I'm like, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna go see the sequel. It's bullshit.
Facts.
But,
I agree.
But there's a nostalgia of me remembering fucking more fatality and shit.
If you can combine it, but once you like you said, if you can combine that nostalgia with
like how they did
bring
Transformers,
the Transformers shit was hard.
I think the model. No, I think the model.
You see what I'm saying?
But listen, I think the model
get played out.
It should be. I think the model's there though.
Now I feel
I think it's. I think
It's
one.
played out now.
But I think they can go back. I think it's the X-Men.
First 3 were amazing.
Yes.
With Shia LaBeouf, yes.
But but even more than that,
They were changing the actors
because
on
even
some
with the
shit.
Transformers,
Well, they don't want to.
even Transformers, they got to a point. It became like Fast and Furious, where it was like, bro, Michael Bay making us $2 billion on opening weekend, give this nigga 800 mil explosion, and it's still at the end. It started
Cars
to be
explosions. That's what it was. It was like sexy ass car, bro.
I think X-Men is the best balance. Where in terms of the X-Men gave you X-Men,
you should watch those.
it's stuck.
Yeah.
But like the old ones we grew, if you go back and watch those shit that we came up with, like dropped around our time, even if you didn't watch it then, if you watch it now, like all the reason Hugh Jackman's huge, like these niggas, is because those X-Men movies were, one, they stuck true to the comics enough, but two, they were artistic movies. They were like, you know what, we're gonna get some acting, some writing, and we're gonna space them out with years, and each one hit. And even when it didn't, they were able to do spin-offs like Wolverine, and Wolverine was able to hit too, because you got Hugh Jackman. You said, Hugh Jackman, here, we're gonna give you artistic creativity. When you give an actor that's amazing at his craft with a great director and say, I give you the freedom to change it up, it's exciting because you're not getting a predictable version of the same thing. And X-Men does a good thing of, we're going to stick to it, we're going to stick to certain guidelines, but we're going to give these niggas the freedom to do what he want. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine ain't like no other Wolverine that's ever been around. It's actually Hugh Jackman. It ain't even the comics Wolverine. It's Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
You remember?
Here's what I'll say about
Yeah,
Wolverine.
go ahead.
Honestly, I'm still disappointed that they didn't have the original suit.
Oh, you talking about the fucking
I'm fine with
Throughout the entire...
I'm fine with that. I like
the
that.
entire...
Yeah, I'm fine with
I
that.
like that. It's because he's
All right.
anti-hero. That's the like, he's
Right.
the one nigga that should, if he
No, they
starts to
all
conform.
had... Listen,
Speaking
when,
on
when
Marvel,
they were all...
listen,
when they were all in the X-Men, they all had their individual outfits, right?
Yeah. and
In the
then
movies,
they
they're
had
all
shit.
in a uniform. Like, they all wearing the same shit. It's whack.
That shit is kind of corny.
No, that's corny. But I like the fact that they emphasize that Wolverine doesn't fall into it because
He does.
He's the lone wolf of the. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm gonna give you another great example, kind of what we're talking about. The James Bond movies with that one white motherfucker.
Daniel
Daniel
Craig.
Craig.
Daniel Craig bodied that fucking role. You don't know anybody else other than fucking Daniel Craig. For me, in my generation of
Yeah,
James
that's like
Bond.
our generation. That's all.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I haven't really gone through and watched them all, but it was like the standpoint of
Ash. Shh.
they all kind of tie together, but they're all different in their own fucking way.
No, you're right.
They don't all recycle the same shit. They have some similar things, but it's like there was a little bit of a story.
Each James Bond movie,
but
you
it was
don't
its
know the
own.
plot.
It was its own James Bond
It's
adventure.
its own plot. If I know the beginning and end to your thing, and there's an end credit, I'm cool with it.
That's about it.
What's up, buddy?
I want to say one. I want to say one more last thing about the Marvel like multiverse thing is that they just added Harrison Ford joining the MCU for the next Captain America movie.
As long, I just hope he stays
Thunderbolt.
alive.
And that's what I'm saying. There's just too much.
Many fucking characters.
They're adding way too many people to the mix. I think.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that mainly from Marvel. But
they're
me
doing what
personally, I think
2K
DC is on the come up. After Zack Snyder's version came out, and
Oh,
it's
it's better.
freaking like it did so much better than the original Justice League that they did before after the
think it was
cuts.
better.
No,
Like just because of
I agree
that,
with you
and
on
on top of that, Black Adam was amazing.
Right.
I think they're gonna go in a different direction because let's be honest, Wonder Woman 2 was ass, Shazam was ass. I'm trying to think of what else was ass.
But I think a lot of the reasons why
He's
you're
one of
right.
them too,
I think
It was.
DC.
What did you
Have you
think
seen
about
I
the
think
shit?
DC's
Oh,
gonna
Suicide Squad 2.
That shit was ass too.
They changed the
ass.
fucking characters, and it was fucking. That shit
I
was
think
ass.
what DC
so
needs
whack.
to do
That was so whack.
is
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say DC needs to make, like we said, I think what they are doing in a smart way, but I think they need to combine what we were saying earlier. they need to capitalize off the fact there is a Marvel fatigue, bro. There's like a fatigue of people that are just like, there's a lot of people that are always gonna go to every Marvel movie, but you do have it. You can find a niche group of people that like here's like, I'm so tired of the same old Marvel shit, same old thing.
You're exactly right, because I think that they were trying to imitate it at first.
Exactly. You need to
They
give
were
them.
trying
You need to give them
After what
something.
happened with Zack Snyder and this new movie right here,
Go different route.
I
Give us a
personally
different
think
version of the hero movie.
yes.
Do the. Why not be like what Batman did with the Christopher Nolan series, where you like, okay, let's take this and make it.
It doesn't always have to.
Yes,
fucking
let's get our
connect and
own.
build.
Let's make our
Give
own
me
new.
a segment of Meech in his life,
Yeah.
and
I'm
then we can bounce it to.
yeah, they ain't gotta be
Right.
extra
different-
fucking sequels.
I'm a lifelong Batman fan through the Christopher Nolan series, and then I got to DC. You can get niggas into your shit like that. Like you can get niggas that
Different
come
interpretations and shit.
who like it for
Right.
different reasons. Cause the people that like it because they love comic books, like from the jump, it's already ingrained in them. They've like at this point they would have fallen into that culture either already, or there are people around them that they're gonna find that piece. That's not, you don't even need to advertise to the people, but Marvel's kind of got a stranglehold on a lot of them. But if you can find a way of navigating the people that want to also be entertained and have movies, are open to having they just want something new, you can get a whole new set of fans. Be like, yo, bro, yeah, this shit introduced me. I ain't never heard of this nigga. When this shit,
'Cause
give me
honestly,
this, boom, and
honestly,
then that's how you
Marvel
get it.
Phase 1 was amazing. Like literally the first
Correct.
couple movies,
First
like
10
Iron
years.
Man,
I said first
Thor,
10 years they were killing that shit.
Avengers, first Captain America.
We were all. I didn't even like that shit, but I like that shit.
But
I remember
all,
the first Iron Man.
Phase-
Iron Man
Phase
was
1 was
I remember
amazing.
the first Thor. All them shits was
First Thor,
Yes.
Thor was first 3 Thors. I just like Thor, nigga. Like, he's a
Always
god,
hard.
nigga.
And
He's
then
got
you
a
can, and then you
hammer.
can recycle. You can recycle. You see how there's 5 fucking different interpretations of Spider-Man. I went and saw all of them. This one fucking sucks. This one's great. This one's my favorite for your own personal reasons. You gonna go see all of them anyway.
Facts.
Right.
You pick the ones you like. Some niggas, they still buy DVDs of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. They refuse to move on. But guess what? They're loyal, nigga. Like this.
okay, now me personally, I do watch it every now and
That's
then
what
just
I'm
because I
saying.
grew up.
I love
watching
it. Exactly.
shit.
I love
So,
it.
like,
And again, that's a
But
nostalgic thing for you.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Ex-
But
And there's a middle
personally,
schooler.
But it ain't even about
Personally,
Spider-Man. It's about
Spider-Man.
Tobey.
Right.
It's the way they made the
personally,
movie.
I loved what's it called The Amazing Spider-Man. Homie that did that.
The
I
black
wish they.
nigga?
No,
No,
the
cartoon version?
He's
Nah,
talking
nah,
about
Andrew
you
Andrew
talking
Garfield.
about Miles Morales.
Andrew
That shit
They got-
was
they got
That shit's
some-
hard.
That shit
You
was
know
hard.
why? Because as
That
a black
shit was
motherfucker, I
hard.
never seen a black Spider-Man. I'm like, that shit's
The animation
fucking
and
wrong.
the animation.
And he was
Sequels
wearing
coming,
Jordan
baby.
Shit was
ones, and I'm
hard.
like, that
Sequels
shit's fucking
coming.
wrong.
Hey,
The white
hey.
motherfucker I might not fuck
He
with it,
black
but
and
that
his-
shit's
Thank
cool
you
to me.
for joining
He's
us.
black
on
and
Stephen
speaks
Gates
Spanish.
podcast.
Okay, we can't
Let's
make it
go.
about
You
race.
see what I'm saying?
Yes, I can make it about
Thank
race.
you for
Nigga,
about
what the
race.
fuck you
The
talking
fuck
about?
we can.
Fuck you
But
talking about?
but
Yes,
that's my
but
It's a
point,
good
though.
movie if it's a good
But
movie.
it doesn't tie into the
Black
other Spider-Mans.
power.
But it's like, but because of that shit, I'm like, that shit's hard. And then I can go see a different Spider-Man and still
Nigga, my
appreciate
name is
it for what it
Muhammad.
is.
I got
Thank
Muhammad
you
Ali
for
on my
joining us for
skin.
Stephen
Malcolm X, my
Gates
favorite
podcast.
nigga.
We'll catch you next time. Your host is the mostest. We out.
Alright, god
Perfect.
damn it, getting the fuck
You cut yours?
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
man.
done. All right,
Because I was
bro.
gonna say we gotta bounce.